Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Theme Park. Today we're going to be starting on a new ride over here, I think. That's some nice space there. And while we build this new ride, I am going to have a rant. Don't worry, it's nothing to do with you guys or YouTube. It's just a general rant that's been building up inside me for a few days. And I need to release it. I need to let someone know about my rant. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about that. But today I want to build a spider, okay? I've had this idea for a spider-themed ride. We don't have anything sort of bug-wise in the world. And I class the spider as a bug. I know it's not. I know it's an arachnid or whatever you want to call it. But what I'm thinking, the basic premise is a giant spider, and we'll make a cool-looking spider web for the look of it. And then the game itself is pretty simple. We all know in the Olympics you have the hurdles, okay, that you have to jump. Oops, if I sprint, that you have to jump over, right? And you keep on running. Well, if we do this with spider webs, okay, it's very, very difficult, but it is possible. You can actually clear spider webs in one jump. Nope, I didn't do it. If you get it wrong, you get stuck in it, which is going to make it a really cool race. But if you get it right, you can actually clear them all, like that. Ha ha ha! What a demonstration! So we'll have like a race that goes around the outside, like a hurdle race going around the spider. Really cool, simple mini game, but I reckon we can make it look pretty good. So let's just start off, so I know what I'm doing. Let's start off with a body shape and how high we want it. I'm thinking maybe not even that high, maybe just like 2 blocks off the ground for the body. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about like a round body and a smaller round head. And then I want some red detail on the bum of the spider to look like a poisonous one or something like that. I think it could be pretty cool. And, well, if you go tarantula look, then tarantula is going to have a big bum and a head. If you go with like the normal common house spider, then it's all sort of one body and head built in one. I think I want 2 different bits. And I think I'm going to come up a little bit, and I'm going to do the middle body bit first. Okay, anyway, while I'm doing this, I'm going to try and concentrate and try and talk. It's not one of my strengths, but I'm going to give it a go. Basically, I wanted a TV. A few days ago, I was shopping for a new TV online. There is nothing truly wrong with my current TV that I use, but I just wanted a little bit of a bigger one, and I wanted a little bit of a better picture because my current, or my TV at the time, it was a very old one, and because it was pretty much one of the first flat screens that there were, it was at least 10 years old, if not longer. It might even be older than 10 years. But it was an okay pic. Well, it was a good picture for the time, but compared to the nowadays flat screens, it really was nothing special. So I wanted a new one. So I went online. I had a look on Amazon. I had a look on all of the TV websites, you know, all of the purchasing websites, and I found a TV that I liked. It was a 50-inch LED, not LCD, LED TV, and I thought, yeah, that's actually a good price too. I want that. I'm going to have that one. So I go to the buy screen. You know, you put it in your basket if you've ever bought stuff online. So I put it in the basket, and I go to buy it, and there's this thing. I don't know how many of you have ever bought online, because I don't know if some of you are old enough to buy online, but if you do buy online, you'll probably know that there's a sort of fraud protection thing, and if your bank that your card is owned to, you know, that you bank with, believes that the transaction that is trying to be made is suspicious, like if you don't buy a lot of things online, like, to be honest, I don't really buy too much online. If they think it's suspicious, they'll actually block your card, which for the most part is great, because it means that if your card is stolen or your details are cloned, there's a pretty good chance that they're not actually going to be able to take anything. You know, they're going to try and purchase something online, and it's just not going to work. And so what you have to do when that happens, if that does happen, it doesn't happen all the time, but because obviously I suppose it was a 50-inch TV, it was quite an odd purchase compared to the normal things that I buy online, like, I don't know, just smaller stuff, to be honest. I don't really buy all that much online. They block the card, and you have to ring them up. You have to ring up your bank, which by itself can be really, really annoying because they might not pick up for ages, or when they do pick up, you get someone that doesn't really know what they're doing, and it can be ever so frustrating. And I've got a very short temper when it comes to people on the other end of the phone. I really don't like wasting my time. So I phoned them up, and I got this this man, a nice man, very nice man. And he said, no problem. He says, just got to go through the security details. So I was like, yeah, no problem. Went through all the security details, obviously passed, so he knew it was me. You know, my middle name and all that sort of business that they do. He was like, yeah, no problem, you've passed. What can I help you with? So I told him. He was like, yeah, no problem, I'll unblock the card. It's for this amount, isn't it? I said, yeah, it's for that amount. What's going on here? I said, yeah, it's for that amount. And he was like, wonderful. Okay, then you can now purchase that online. All you've got to do is close down the pages that you were on. You know, close down the internet pages that you were on, and then load it back up, and you'll be able to buy it. I was like, fantastic. Thank you very much. You've saved my day. You've made my day. I shall see you later. Wonderful. And that was end of part 1. But it didn't end there, did it? Oh no, that wouldn't be a good story. That wouldn't make things easy, would it? I go to purchase my TV again, and again it comes up with exactly the same thing. This is being declined. I was put back to the main menu screen, or like the basket screen for the website, and I couldn't buy it. So I tried another time. I thought, well, maybe I done it a little bit too quick. Maybe he didn't realize how good I am with a computer and how quick that I can load up the page again. So I tried it 2 or 3 more times until it wouldn't even go to the declined part anymore. It just literally would not go through. It just said, nope, we're not putting this through. So I phoned up the website. I didn't phone up my bank. I phoned up the bank again, first. I phoned up the bank a second time and said, look, I got a different person this time. I got a lady. She's a very nice lady too. I have nothing wrong with the people that were working there. Don't get me wrong. But I phoned them up. I said, look, I was just on the phone to you about literally 5 minutes ago. And they unblocked my card. They said that I could now put the transaction through. But I can't. It's still saying that it's blocked. In fact, now it's not even going anywhere. She was like, oh, right, well, I'll unblock your card again. And, ooh. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll unblock your card again. And, you can do it on the phone, and I'll stay on the phone with you. I was like, that's a great idea. You know, and then I can tell her what's on the screen, and maybe she knows exactly why it's not going through. So I done it with her. She said, yeah, it's unblocked. You can hit purchase now. So I hit purchase. And I'm pretty sure you can guess what happened. Nothing happened. It just didn't go through. And she was like, oh, right. Okay, then I've unblocked it again. Try it again. So this is like the 8th time now that I've tried to buy this TV. At this exact moment, I don't even want the TV anymore. I'm like, no, I've had enough. I don't even want... I'll stick with my old TV if this is how much trouble it takes to get a new one. Hello, phone. I got a text. I've got friends. But no, I thought, I'll carry on. She was like, well, I don't think that it's a problem with us. I think it's a problem with the website now that you're trying to purchase off. I was like, okay, I shall ring them up then. So then I had to find the number, the telephone number to the website. I gave them a ring, and I got through to another very nice person. In fact, it was quite strange. Usually when you phone up these sort of helplines, they're usually useless, to be fair. It sounds very rude, but they are usually pretty useless at what they do, and they never seem to understand what you want or what you're trying to achieve or anything like that, what you're trying to buy. So I phoned them up. She said, "Oh, well, I can purchase it for you on my end. If you just give me all the details that you're going to put in anyway, I'll purchase it on my end." I was like, "Okay, then I'll do that. That sounds good." It's straight through. That's a good body. I really like that body. It's straight through the website. Nothing can go wrong. It's through you guys, you know. So I gave him the card details. Nothing, you know, it wasn't like I was giving my bank details to some strange person on the end of the phone. It was literally the card details that you just need to purchase something. There's nothing dodgy about that. So gave him the card details, and they got exactly the same thing. And they said, I know what it is. You've tried to purchase this multiple times, haven't you? I said, yeah. I said, the card wouldn't go through. I had to ring up the bank and everything. They said, what's happened is it's not your bank that's blocking it anymore. Instead, it's the website that we use to connect to the bank server, to your bank server, that has blocked you. And unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do about that. You just need to wait 24 hours for it to unblock, and then you'll be able to purchase it. I said, well, I'm probably going to have the same problem, I said. This is a long story, by the way, guys. I do apologise. I'm sure you're enjoying it. He said, how am I going to do these eyes? I want 8 of them. I'm going to have the same problem tomorrow, where I'm going to have to ring them up again and sort it all out. She said, no, she said, you shouldn't need to. You shouldn't need to have to do that. I was like, all right, then. So anyway, I waited until the next day. That looks so good. I waited until the next day and tried it again, and believe it or not, it didn't work. It didn't go through. It's still blocked. So in the end, what I done is I used my fiance's card. I said, look, my stupid bank keeps blocking it. I can't be asked to go through all that trouble again. Can I just buy it on your card? Of course, she just said, yeah, no problem. So I used her card. I think I'm going to do something like this. I used her card. Had to go through a couple of security questions on her bank, but her one was pretty easy. It was a little bit easier than what my one is to do. And it purchased. Then it went through. Wonderful. Next day delivery. And I just waited. So they said it'll come between 1:30 in the afternoon and 5:30. It's like, perfect then. So I took the day off. I thought, well, the last thing that I want to do is be halfway through this video, for example, which is probably what I'd have been recording at the time, and they turn up, and I have to stop the recording, which isn't really a huge problem. It's just not very convenient, is it, having a pause halfway through the video like that? So I took the day off, spent the day with my fiance, who's currently got the week off, and the TV came at 1:30, which I was surprised at, because if any of you guys have been waiting for a delivery before, it can take what seems like hours. They never come on time. It never seems to be even on the day that they say it was going to arrive. But it did, and it was all great. No damage to it. It was absolutely fine. So I set it up. I plug it in. I plug the surround sound system that I have. Plug that in. Do I like those legs, like how thin they are? I think I do. Yeah, I do like that. So I plugged the surround sound system in. I plugged the Xbox One in. I plugged the Xbox 360 in. All the stuff that I have hooked up to my TV, not the other TV that's next to me, the fiance's one, just my one. Hook it all up and turn it on. I tune the TV, because obviously all TVs come in with a built-in like Freeview box now. At least in the UK. I don't know exactly what it is like in America with the TVs and stuff. But we have this thing called Freeview, which basically just gives you a few more channels, like cable, but it's free, aka Freeview. And plugged it all in. It worked great. TV worked fine. It was a fantastic picture. I was very, very pleased with it. Surround sound, on the TV worked great. I was like, no way. No way does something work this well first time. And I'm afraid I was right. I'm afraid that there was a problem. When I then went onto my Xbox and tried that out, make sure that all worked, because obviously that's pretty much the most important thing, being for Minecraft and for YouTube. The surround sound didn't work. The surround sound itself didn't work. In fact, the normal TV speakers worked, like, the speakers that just are built into the TV. They worked, but they're pretty pooey. They don't sound that great. I like my surround sound. I like to have decent sound when I'm playing any game, like anyone does. You don't want to have poor quality sound, do you? So that was pretty bad. In fact, it would come up with static, like sound. And I was like, oh man, what's going on here? And my surround sound system is a very old one. My surround sound system, in fact, is probably as old as that TV was. And it ran off SCART, something called SCART. I'm sure you guys know what a SCART is. Some of you might not. It is quite an old connection. But basically, it's that big one that goes in the back. My surround system is through SCART. It's not through optics. Now you'd run through audio optics. That's looking really cool. But it was so old that it just ran through SCART. And I tried all sorts. I wired it up in all sorts of different ways. I tried all sorts of different sound settings. I even went into the Xbox itself, or not opened it up. I went into the Xbox settings itself, thinking maybe there was a setting in there. I tried with that. No luck. Didn't work. So in the end, I resorted to going on the phone again, and I phoned up the hotline for the TV company. So I phoned them up, and they said, all right then, a technician will call you back within the next 2 hours. So about 1.5 hours later, I got a phone call from a technician who had all my details, like what the problem was, and he said, it's a limitation with the TV itself. That's really cool. I like him. He said, it's a limitation with the TV itself. It's, hiccups. Nothing to do with you. You haven't done it wrong. The TV itself, when you plug in a HDMI, the HDMI overrides the SCART. Now, on my old TV, I said, well, that's what I said to him. I said, how come on my old TV, it would work fine? He said, your TV was probably old enough that it didn't have those limitations. Now we have those limitations on TVs. He said something about, like, if you've got Sky, which is like a TV. I don't know if you have Sky in America. You might have. I might be embarrassing myself here. But Sky is like another channel network that you could sort of subscribe to, and you get like a million trillion channels to watch. And it's really good. I don't have it where I am. I don't think I can even get it in my area. But he said, yeah, that's what the limitation is. So basically, you can't watch Sky, or you can't play Xbox, for example, and it's actually playing Sky in the background, so it's not charging you for watching it when you weren't, or whatever. I was like, alright then, that's sort of sounds okay. Sounds a little bit weird, but I mean, I can't complain about it. What's the solution? He says you'll have to get a new surround sound system that has optics, and you plug it into the optic port in the TV. And although that might sound a little bit frustrating, I only wanted to buy a new TV. I didn't really want all of this trouble. I just wanted to upgrade my TV. But to be honest, my surround sound system is old. I thought, well, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's still great sound. In fact, it's probably better sound than you'll get out of most. But if I have to upgrade it, I don't really have a choice, do I? So I went down to my local Tesco's, my local supermarket that actually does quite a lot of what do you call it, like electronic stuff. I spoke to a guy there who, would you believe it or not, actually knew what he was on about. It's so nice to talk to someone who actually knows what they're on about. I explained the problem to him. He said, yeah. He says, I get you what's happening. He said, there might be another way around it. And I've basically, what I ended up doing was I have a headphone jack on this new TV. I didn't have a headphone jack on my last TV, but on this one, I do. And he said, what you could do potentially is plug in your surround sound to your headphone jack. And I was like, what? He said, yeah, if you plug your surround sound into the headphone jack, it might trick the TV into thinking that you've got headphones plugged in, and the audio will play out of that. I thought, well, it's worth a try, and it's going to be cheaper than a, it's going to be cheaper than a whole new, unit. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go with that. I'll try that at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. And then it goes out. I think 2, 3. It's pretty close. I'm trying to get like a spiderweb shape. It's not easy. It's looking good though. Oh yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, I like it. I like it. Not bad for doing it while talking, hey? I'm a multitasker. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Is that right? No. There we go. So I went home. I thought, yeah, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. So I plugged it in, and it worked. It sounds so strange, but it actually worked, and I was ever so pleased. And that's the end of the story. I know it was a long-winded story, but basically what I'm trying to say is I've got a new TV. I have a new TV that now works. Or that, since purchasing it, now works. It was such a long-winded process. I can't believe that buying a TV had to be as difficult as that. I'm sure buying a TV shouldn't be as hard as what it was for me. And I'm very glad about it. So it's a nice big 50-inch TV. In fact, my old TV, the main reason why I wanted to get a new one was because the TV that I was using, as I say, was so old that it never actually had true 1080p. I know. You guys are like, what? You've been playing for God knows how many years without having 1080p? I had 1080i, which is sort of 1080, but it's upscaled from 720. It's not true 720 quality. So I'm actually playing my Minecraft right now on 1080p for the first time, and I'm very happy. Obviously, hello phone again. Obviously, I do know what 1080p looked like. My fiance's TV that's next to me has had it. I know what 1080 is looks like. It's not that it's nothing special or new or to me. It's just nice to be able to play it. Not that Minecraft, it really makes a difference with Minecraft, does it? Minecraft doesn't really get any better by being in 1080p. But it is at least still nice to have the option to. Also, it might, now I'm not 100% sure on this, we're going to be doing some testing, and you can let me know in the comments section of this episode if it does make a difference, but technically, it should make the video quality for you guys better, slightly better at least, because on the game capture software can only capture in the quality that it's being that the TV runs on. So if I was on my old TV, I was obviously running on 1080i, which means it was recording in 1080i, and then when I rendered the footage out, when I was editing the footage and rendered the footage out ready to go onto YouTube, I would then upscale it to 1080, which really wasn't any different to true 1080. That looks so cool. Go away, phone. I really like that. But it wasn't actually true 1080. So this episode should hopefully be in slightly better quality than what my other videos are, and all the videos from here the same. But anyway, that's the end of my TV story. I cannot believe that I built this without concentrating. I built this while being very, very angry at internet shopping. But it looks really cool. I really like the shape of the spider. I really like the look of it. It looks like a spider. It looks very, very dangerous with the red and everything. I really like the shape of the head. I like the size of the legs, the length of the legs. I really like the web below it. Like that That looks like a spider web. I'm so pleased. And I think you should be proud of your work. It might sound a little bit big-headed when you say, yeah, I'm very proud of this, but I am. You got to be pleased with what you build. If you're not, then try a little, change it up until you are happy with it. I'm very happy with that. If you guys did enjoy the episode, that is going to be it for this episode. Again, I apologize for me getting angry with the internet, but it might have given you a laugh. Maybe you've got stories that you can share with me about internet shopping in the comment section below. I'll be happy to read them. In fact, it might make me feel a little bit comfortable knowing that it wasn't just me that it happened to. But if you guys did enjoy it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode where we shall actually put in the mini game to this ride, like the running section. And if you guys have any ideas of how we could make it a little bit more harder or more interesting with the hurdles, then put it in the comment section below too. Okay, guys. Bye!